Hi, this is Editor's Take. I'm Sakshi Patra and I have with me Gaurav Chaudhary, Deputy Executive Editor of Money Control, and we're going to be talking today about the launch of the MSME program by the government last Friday. Thanks very much, Gaurav, for sharing this space with me and discussing this with me. Now, we do know that Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi last Friday launched the MSME program. What were the big announcements that came out?
So among the big things that the government, the big measures that the government announced, this also includes that the loans up to ₹1 crore will be approved within less than a minute, so within less than an hour. So that is something that if you're hastening the process of loan approvals for the MSME, that's one big plus. The government has also announced the interest subvention up to 2% for MSMEs and up to 5% for exporters.
Okay.
Public sector undertakings have been asked to raise their sourcing from MSMEs by up to 25%, and the government is going to rigorously monitor the implementation of this program over the next 100 days to ensure that the MSMEs are not starved of cash.
Absolutely. And what prompted the government to actually give all these subs to the MSME sector? Why was there a need to boost the lending?
So we need to keep in mind the importance of MSME in India's economy. There are about 65 million MSME units in India, employing about 120 million people, and they account for about 30% of India's total economic output. So about slightly less than one third of India's GDP actually comes from these millions of units, which employ about 120 million people. And if they're short of cash, if there's no credit actually flowing into them, and eventually if some of them are forced to shut down, it can lead to large scale unemployment, which is something that any government which is heading towards elections would like to avoid. That's why the government has stepped in to ensure that more money is easily available or readily available and quickly available for MSME units, primarily given the fact that the MSME sector has been hit by the liquidity crisis that has hit the NBFCs in wake of the IL&FS crisis.
Absolutely. So there is a liquidity crisis which the government wanted to step into, but we'd like to understand the SOPs that were announced. How do you analyze them? Are they enough to mitigate the distress?
So if you speak to the MSMEs or the real entrepreneurs, they would say that this is not quite enough, although it's a step in the right direction. If you speak to the leaders of MSME chambers of commerce, and they would tell you that while 1 crore as a value would sound quite big for a startup, for MSMEs it's not that big, and it would not take care of all their needs. So most of them are demanding actually that this value to be raised to about 25 crore. While I do not see an immediate review happening over the next 100 days as the government goes through a rigorous review of the implementation of this program, I would not rule out a raise in the level of the 1 crore limit to about 5 odd crore.
All right. Thanks very much then, Gaurav, for sharing all that insight with us. Definitely a step in the right direction for the MSMEs and to prop them towards a more or a higher growth for sure. But there'll be more that will be needed in the days to come as well. Thanks very much for watching this edition of Editor's Take, and do stay logged on to moneycontrol.com for more news and updates. Thanks for watching.